Hi, Jesper. Can you tell us about how you're approaching tomorrow's final?
Yeah, we are of course looking forward to it, and we will. It's an important game. It's a final, and we want to win it, and we will of course bring the best we can. So that's how we approach it.
Talk to us. This is second final this team has played this season, and you've still
We
got.
haven't played it yet.
But
It's going to, yeah.
what have you learned across this season that prepares you for tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a difficult question to answer because it's been some different competitions, and when you're in a final, you know that you have to play with everything you got, and you have to also not be afraid of the moment and be ready from the beginning. I think we will be that. I think that we will be ready to take the initiative, hopefully, in the game and push the pace up high, because that's what we need to do in a game like the one Wednesday. So I think that's definitely one thing, and the approach, of course, will be maybe slightly different from the approach we had against Cruz Azul, where we were playing away and also playing up against both an opponent and also some circumstances with playing in Mexico City and altitude and stuff we were not used to. Now we are more used to the pitch and to playing at home, and so I think it's a little bit different approach, but still it's a game where we have to find a winner, and we'll go for it and not wait any seconds to try to be the better team in the game. We'll try to do that from the beginning.
Yes, you've got your team in great position on several fronts. Obviously, going for a fourth straight Canadian Championship. You're also top four in the MLS. There's still a possibility to go after the Supporter Shield. Your philosophy on winning it all, Canadian Championship, finishing maybe higher than top four, and going after the Supporter Shield, is that something that you want to do? I mean, it's going to take a lot of manpower, but just your philosophy on that.
Yeah, we want to win every game we participate in, obviously. We know that it's also with how it looks at the moment with some of the injuries we have and stuff. We also know that we have to have an eye on the bigger picture. But of course, we would like to win. Whenever we are in a game, we would like to win it. And if it can take us to, winning several things, that will be great. I will focus for now on the Canadian Championship, because I think that's what's right ahead of us and what we have to do and what we have to see if we can win. And then it's not entirely in our hands if we can win the Supporter Shield or not. So I think that's not as important, because some other teams have to lose and some other things has to happen. But I will focus on, of course, the championship come Wednesday, and then we would like to win out, but it's difficult. And what is important is also that we are healthy and strong when we get to the playoffs.
Two-part question, and it does deal with health. I'm trying to remember the last time you had a healthy starting 11 that were your starting 11 that you wanted to go with, because you've had so many injuries. Now we see, Brian go down again. Do you have an update on him, and can we see Ryan Gauld possibly come Wednesday?
Yeah, first, Brian, I don't have an update yet. We have to figure out how bad it was. It didn't seem that bad, but we have to see. And Ryan, there's a possibility that he'll be able to be in the rotation in the squad Wednesday. We have not ruled that out yet, and we have to see how he feels. And if he's ready to go, we'll bring him in.
Jesper, just what do you make of this Vancouver FC team? Obviously, it's unique circumstances. They've struggled a bit in the league, but they've done well in this cup. They're finding a bit of form, and obviously they have the scariest thing sometimes in a cup, which is they have nothing to lose. What do you kind of make of that?
Yeah, but that's what cup football is about. That's great. That's the great thing about cup football, that sometimes unexpected things happen that you don't see in regular season games and stuff. So I think it's great. It's a big night for us, but it's maybe even a bigger night for Vancouver FC, and I think it's a great achievement they've reached this final. But we also know they're going to bring everything they have. and they're gonna do everything they can and even do better than they maybe are used to, because they're up against a better opponent than they're used to probably. So I think it's gonna be exciting, and yeah, it is fair to say that they have a lot more to gain than to lose, but on the other hand, I think we have a lot to gain as well. So I think it's up to us to make sure that the big surprise will not be in this game, but maybe come later on for somebody else. But you never know. And if you knew, it would be boring. So I think it's just great that we have expectations, of course, about what should be the strength relationships in between those two teams. But in a one game, everything can happen.
I guess could you just speak to how special this is? Because I know from a North American perspective, seeing two teams from the same area in a final is pretty abnormal, whereas maybe in Europe it's a lot more common.
Yeah.
So maybe speak to
True,
that.
yeah. No, I'm used to derbies like where there's only maybe 10, 15 kilometers in between the teams, and it's not that unusual. Here it is. So when we play, the closest team, a rival, we still fly to the game in Seattle, right? So it's pretty special, and maybe for you guys and people from here even more so, because I'm not used to this. It's my first year and first time, so I think it is definitely special when two teams from the same city in North America, where the distances are so big. It's special, and I hope it's going to be special also for the fans, and that people will cherish it and appreciate that it's going to be a special night, hopefully.
Perfect. We'll now go online. We'll start with Michael McCall, Harj Ohal, and Simon Fudge. Over to you, Michael.
Hi, Jesper. Talking about special things with the game on Wednesday, you've got two brothers that are going to be facing off and on opposite sides, possibly, depending on the defensive side of things as well, Ralph being in the centre of defence. Can you talk a little bit about how special that occasion is for the two of them?
Yeah, I never tried it myself with my brother though, but I think it must be very special for them if they have to go up against each other. And I think it's about controlling emotions, and also about not being too involved in a thing like that, because it is special and it's something that you normally don't do. And we saw it with Sebastian when we played Chicago. He was up against his dad's coach, the other team, but two brothers facing off against each other, it's very unlikely and unnormal. So I think it must be very special for them.
Continuing on the topic of Ralph, is there any updates on the defensive side? The decimation in the centre backs has just been crazy this year. Are you hoping to get any back for Wednesday, or hopefully Saturday or Sunday, if not a Wednesday?
Yeah, we work all the time to get all the players available. I think Bilal is close to being available. We have to see also tomorrow if he will be in the squad or not, and then Jodek Pupe will soon be available also for the game. So we have to see who's available for Wednesday and for Sunday. But it's been very unfortunate how it's been this season, but we've managed anyways. And Ralph did very well the other day, and will even be better with a game like that. So I think we have to see. We can't really do anything about it, but try to make them available. And when they are, then we have to select out from who we got.
Thank you, Michael. We'll go to Har next, please.
Hello, hi Nathan, thank you. Jesper, you mentioned on Friday that Ryan Gault had to finalize the last test kind of before he could be returning and available. Has he done that?
We'll make the decision tomorrow.
Basti Shanlo, has he been able to train or get any work in on the pitch? What's the timeline for him to return from the Achilles injury?
We don't have the we don't have a specific timeline. He was out on the pitch today, and it looked better. So I think that hopefully he will be, closer and closer, and when we have to see.
Thank you, Harv. We'll go to Simon next, please.
Hi, Jesper. Following on from what Alex was talking about Vancouver FC, what you've seen under them since a former Whitecaps legend, certainly in the USL days, Mark Nash took them over, and the particular threats or concerns that they may bring to the game that you've seen specifically, especially after a morale-boosting win yesterday against Halifax.
Yeah, I think it's a team where I've seen them in the last cup game was probably a little bit abnormal because they were holding on to a lead most of the game, where they were sitting back but defended very well in the box, but also with large numbers. I know that they have had difficulties throughout the season in the league, but have done very well to in the cup to get to this stage. So I think it's not as much of what we've seen yet, because this game will be so special that there'll be a lot to bring on the day, also for the individual player and also as a team. But I hope that we'll be able to dictate, the pace of the game, and also be able to play and act at a pace that they are not used to. I think that's more important for a specific game like this. And then we have to see if, they have some good players up front. They have good goalie, but we have to, see if we can eliminate the threats by also being very good on the ball and move the ball fast and maybe show that we're able to play at a higher pace than they're used to.
And that's what I was going to ask you is speed of play, and it's not just in possession, but when you're not in possession, able to put them under pressure. You're going to look to try and ask questions of this team very early on and see what they can or cannot handle, particularly from speed and pace and just overall speed of play, I would assume.
Yeah, that will be normal for us to have that approach, because we hope that we are able to play at a high pace and move at a high pace throughout the game, and then hopefully not waiting too long to get the pace up in the game, because I think that's very important that we use all minutes we have.
Perfect. And that's all the questions we have for you today, Jesper. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.